I'll tell you what, I
Yes.
never thought I would say this, but go Birds, right?
So, yeah, go Birds. They won the Super Bowl.
They did.
Fucking spanked the Chiefs.
It was one of those games where I don't think I've ever seen a blowout in the Super Bowl like that. It's been a minute. I mean,
We looked, and no team has ever been shut out in a
like
Super
that.
Bowl.
So,
I mean, a complete shutout. But it almost happened.
and even though the score was, what, 40-22, it was 40-0. I mean, those were garbage points. You know, it was.
Hey guys, we're on coast. Let's.
I don't know if Patrick Mahomes was. I heard he was shook because his grandpa was in the hospital or whatever, and that's fine, fair, whatever. But like, it's really hard to say that.
That's the Super Bowl. Play for your grandpa.
Well, that's what they were saying. He was on. Apparently, his grandpa's on hospice, so it's like this is the last time he'll ever get to see you play. But also, the Eagles came in and they just whooped that ass on.
I think that's
what do
all
they
it
say on in all three phases. I mean, they defense, offense, special teams. I mean, ass whooping, ass whooping, ass whooping, and you know what? The Eagles deserved it more. I mean, they 100% did. However, I would be a shit covered dick if I didn't mention, so Philly, no matter what, win or lose, was going to burn to the ground, right? I don't know.
I love seeing those videos of any the hometown gets destroyed. Did you see any of the videos? Like people they were carrying away light posts that were in the ground. Like the cables are just hanging out and people are climbing them.
Before the Super Bowl even happened, a couple weeks ago when they won the championship, someone died, I think, from climbing one of the poles and fell off, hit his head.
Yeah, he was on life support for a little while. I don't know, life support, but he was in the hospital in critical condition.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not a worthy. I mean, nobody wants to die, but that's not a good way to go.
Well, and now the Eagles next year, they're without their Kellen Moore, their offensive coordinator, gone. He's the new head coach of the Saints because that's what happens. All your people get poached, and then it's like you're back to the beginning. So, but you know what?
But they did.
Can we talk about Go Birds?
Okay, so today, or since Monday, everybody's using Go Birds. It's more like not like a football rally. It's more like aloha.
Right. So, hey, instead of hey, go Birds. Bye.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Fuck you.
Right, see you later. Go Birds.
Go Birds. I saw one and this dude had on like a Steelers jersey. And there was this dude with like a Saquon Barkley jersey next to him. And he's like, hey, move out of the way. I'm gonna splash this guy with water. And he's like, okay, go Birds. The fuck. I think the coolest thing is being so close to Philly. I went to the grocery store and there were so many. I had my Jags hat on, right? So as a Jaguars fan, like this game meant nothing to me,
right. and no one's worried about you either.
Yeah, right. Like it was like
Jaguars, not offensive to Eagles fans,
and so. But everyone,
it's like rock paper scissors. Jaguars fans do not beat Eagles fans. Eagles fans,
you know what? I would like to say we actually came closer to beating the Eagles than the Chiefs did.
Yeah.
I mean, we only lost by, like 3 points? Well, at least we didn't get completely spiggity spanked.
Yeah.
Did you do anything big for the Super Bowl?
We went over to some friend's house. Yeah. Bar food, like little pepperoni balls, some pizza, ribs, that.
Best Super Bowl food?
I mean, wings are
top tier, right? S tier?
When you think of, I would put that up in S tier. Pizza's also great, but then you want just greasy food, like fried foods. Oh, give me something put in a ball shape and then fried, like macaroni balls. Like just things like that are going to be your go-tos.
So what about, I mean, you see a lot of pizza, but what about sushi? Why isn't sushi a fucking...
You know what? It would be good. It's like, oh, go ahead and grab a couple of these, put them on your plate, bring it back to the TV. It's got to travel well. It has to eat well. Sushi might be we're sleeping on sushi as a football
Why
tailored
isn't
food.
sushi a football food?
You know what? It might be. It might be now.
How do you feel? Are you sushi? Like, are you a sushi snob? Are you sushi bougie?
No, not at all.
No.
I love a reasonably priced piece of sushi.
So, what makes like? What would you say is reasonably priced? Because I dabble in grocery store sushi. Like that's my thing. You know that. For anyone listening, Snow Fox is the brand or the company here, at least in Delaware. I don't know where else they're located.
There's a company that runs it
It's
out of the
called
grocery
Snow
store.
Fox. So, like, I guess equate it to Sodexo, right? Where I think it's Sodexo. Where isn't Sodexo they'll put their company like
They run restaurants in other
inside
buildings,
like airports or
Okay,
like college, campuses, whatever.
Okay.
So Snow Fox, I guess they hire these chefs. And so if you go into a grocery store that sells sushi, a lot of times Snow Fox is the one that they set it up. So there's always someone there. They come in with their fresh fish every day and they roll their product there. But I love it. It's kind of expensive too. So it's not even necessarily cheap, right? So you're still paying $8-9 a roll. So sushi is fucking money. You get what you pay for. However, I was there last week, like I do. I go once a week, and the sushi counter is right next to the floral like section counter. It's really weird how it's laid out. It's like flowers, sushi, deli. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
And so
They're specialty items.
yeah, right. Yeah. And so the woman who was working the counter, she said, "Hey, if there's nothing you see here, let me know." I wanted something else. I told her, so she was making it for me. Well, the dude who was working the floral counter came around and was like, he's like, "Dude, just get the sushi boat." And it's like, number one, how do you feel about people coming in and just interjecting and just making themselves part of your conversation?
Well, I know how you feel about it, but what do you say? I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Yeah, what the fuck? I just looked at him and it's like, dog, like I don't.
So I don't really mind it, but usually when people interject themselves once, they're there for the long haul.
Oh yeah,
They're going to continue to fucking interject.
and he was like
Hold on, I need a fucking.
speaking
Ready?
of. Wait, what are you drinking?
A Little Wizard.
Oh.
IPA.
That was my nickname. High school, college.
They still call you that in some high schools. It's Little Wizard.
Little Wizard. So yeah, he comes over and then he's like kind of bitching that I'm not getting the sushi for two. It was like $40, enough for like you and me. You know what I mean? Like if we
could
were gonna
crush it,
split
but we'd
something.
be stuffed probably.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you could probably get 3 or 4 people out of it and be like comfortable.
Sure.
He's like, yeah, I get this, because then you have some for the next couple days, and it's like, dude, like one, I'm not eating leftover sushi ever, but a couple days, get the fuck out of here.
Also, hold on. I'm so guilty of overeating because I don't like to have things the next day. So I overeat so frequently. I'll make dinner for 2 or 3, right? But I'm the only one eating it sometimes, and I'll sit there and I'll eat half of it, as I should.
Yep.
And then I'll say, "Oh man, that was really good. I really want to eat the rest of that. It's not going to be as good tomorrow. Heat it up in the microwave. So I'll just eat all of it right now." Does that make any sense?
Well, so
Or am I just a piece of shit?
no, it does. And dude, there's like some people hate leftovers. One, for the smell, like for whatever reason, like the smell of leftovers kind of like sometimes they can stank a little bit.
Sure.
But not every food translates well to being a solid leftover, right? Like not everything is destined to be leftover.
Yeah. You know what's really good leftover? Chinese food.
Chinese food, I think, tastes better the next couple days, right? If you really let the MSG kind of it does its thing. Is MSG still used heavily? Like, do people, or is that still?
I have a bottle of it. I have a bottle of it.
Didn't I get you one time?
Was that you that got that for
still
me?
the same bottle?
I still use it. I
Do
hope
you use
MSG
it?
doesn't go bad.
I doubt it. I think it came with didn't I get you one of those like?
It's like Seasons Classics.
Yes,
like
yeah.
the It's off brand. I mean, I don't know if it's off brand or not, but it's definitely not McCormick.
So
I hate going into it's usually like an Asian recipe and they say add some MSG and people go into the comments and they flame the shit out of the person making it. Like, I don't know what it is. Why are people so sensitive? I mean, not in their diet sensitive, but just sensitive to MSG.
because people like to bitch, right? Like people feel the need to bitch about every fucking thing.
Yeah, that's true.
No matter what, it's wild. Like you can say that fucking, I don't know, grass is green. No, that shit's fucking. That's like a darker shade of brown. No matter
They say, oh, well, actually,
one of these. I fucking, dude. I the well actually people. I guess are they just fuck boys?
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Yeah. Or fuck girls.
Sure.
What would you call the female equivalent to a fuck boy?
What is a fuck boy? Like, what is the definition of one?
Hold
fuck
on.
boy?
Is a fuck boy a male Karen?
Wouldn't that just be a Chad?
Chads or Kyles?
Or sometimes I do hear, or you're being a Greg, and it's like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I don't like.
Is that what Jenna says? You're really being a Greg right now.
Being a Greg. No, I don't know, man. Like I don't know what really. I think a fuckboy is someone like a player, right? And someone who's like a know-it-all.
You know what I called somebody one time? We're really close to Newark.
Yep.
I told them that they were a townie. Like, do you know what a townie is?
Wouldn't a townie be like? I mean, I guess I think of a townie as like.
All right, I'm in Newark, Delaware. And then I go to like Main Street. I'm at Grotto's very frequently. I go to Deer Park all the time. I know all here's the best spot to get pizza in Newark or on Main Street. I feel like that's a townie, but there's something else that goes with it, like a certain way that they dress or act or talk. I don't know. I can't explain it very well.
I mean, I think of townies like people from like New York, but I guess those are people. If you live in the city, I guess
I call them city slickers.
You're carpetbaggers.
Oh no! Wait, that sounds really racist. Probably.
I don't think it is. Wasn't a carpetbagger like a term used during like the Civil War? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Like nerf herder.
It's our word.
It's our word.
Hey, by the way, I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel away. Was the woman making your sushi? Was she Asian?
She was.
Okay, I feel like that's important. Like, if I go to the counter and like a white woman came up behind the sushi counter,
if you rolled up behind there,
if a white person just like if I was behind the counter. If I saw me behind the counter, I'd be like, "Oh, hold on, I just want to order sushi.
I'm good."
Like I would probably wait. I'll wait until the sushi chef comes back.
There's a King of Queens episode where he goes in to pick up his sushi, and the guy's like, "That'll be $22.99, mate." And Kevin James like looks at him, and he's like, "What?" He's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting that. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I'm not Asian enough for you." And he's like, "No, that's not what I meant." He was like, "It just caught me off guard that you were." I think that would fuck me up. I do.
You're gonna skip over the Little Caesars call that we made, where we call Little Caesars. We were gonna get a $5 hot. No, you didn't even have to call. We were ordering something else.
Yeah.
We picks up real Asian, like you sound real Asian, and we were like, "Oh, sorry, wrong number."
Oh, sorry. We wanted pizza, and he's like, "No, well, because wasn't it like a split Pizza Hut Chinese? It was like a really
maybe
weird,
it was Pizza Hut. I thought it was Little Caesars.
Or no, it was Little Caesars. It was Little Caesars like Chinese restaurant. It was like really weird how they were. That place has long closed because that was a weird.
It was in Newark.
Combination. It was in Newark.
All the townies go there.
All the townies used to eat at the Little Caesars Chinese joint.
Apparently, they didn't eat there enough because it's shut down.
Have you ever been to PF Chang's?
Puff Chang's, yeah.
Puff Chang. Have you?
Chang's, yeah, I've been there. I think didn't they add one pretty close to us recently?
They took over the Panera at the Christiana Mall.
Yes, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go again.
I didn't realize it was expensive.
Yeah, it's
what?
What's like upscale Olive Garden? Like Olive Garden is shitty Italian food.
Is there any like, dude?
Macaroni Grill? Maybe. I don't know.
Is Macaroni Grill still a thing?
P.F. Chang's is like a more expensive Asian
Panda
fusion.
Express.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. Yeah, I guess Macaroni Grill. Macaroni Grill is a thing. When I was in Chicago, they had one at the airport.
I'll tell you what. Panda Express can't fucking touch Suki motherfucking Hana.
Love Sukihana. Don't even talk about it.
Shout out Suki Hana.
Always.
Always.
I had pot stickers for dinner.
Yeah.
That's kind of in that world.
Yeah. I like, did you dip them in some soy sauce?
It's whatever the dipping sauce is in the
A
little
little frozen bag that you have to just
something.
soak in warm water. Yeah. It's always still kind of chunky and icy.
I put it in boiling water. Probably not
do
supposed
you?
to do that? I probably have all these forever plastics in my body now.
You like pouring boiling water into your bathtub.
Holy shit. So our hot water, I've since adjusted our hot water
You
heater
fixed it, yeah.
to be like actually to hold hotter water. But
Okay.
there's a time where the water wouldn't hold enough really hot water for me to take a hot bath. When I say hot bath, I want hot tub. I want hotter than
Burning.
hot tub.
Like,
I want
you
hotter
get
than
in,
hot
it's,
tub. I'm talking that water should be 110. It's going to scald me a little bit. It's going to take me a little while to get my balls in there.
Sure.
But
You dunk them in.
so what I would do is I would run it until the water started to get a little hot. No cold water can be in that bathtub when I start filling it up. Turn it off. The water's warm. It's ready to go. I go downstairs and I put the biggest pot that I have on the stove and I boil it. And I carry it upstairs. Once it starts to boil, I've already started filling the bathtub up and I dump that boiling water into the bathtub and then I can get in. That's how I imagine they would have done it back in the day, right?
I'm pretty sure they would just share one tub and then it.
But the dad gets the first bath and then the mother.
So I thought that the kids ended up with like black water because it was just like muck and grime.
Disgusting.
I don't know too much about bathing in the olden days, but I'll tell you what, do you ever, like for me, I'm taking a bath. I fill it up. I'll sit in the tub while it's warming up, just butt ass naked, just in the tub. And then I'll just kick the water like a little kid down the drain.
Yeah, you got to splash. You got to have fun,
until, because I don't want the cold water in there. So I want
you got to do it the way I do it.
Well, then I
warm it up. Like it's just you pour hot water in there.
No, fuck that. I crank it off. My hot water heater gets hot as nuts.
Do you have a regular hot water heater or a tankless?
I have a regular, but it's 80 gallons.
Is that big?
it's giant. I've had 2 baths, the dishwasher, and like our big soaking tub all at the same time happening.
2 baths.
So like
you can
I'm
only
taking
take
a
one
bath.
bath
The kids are each taking a bath. And the dishwasher's going, and we still all have hot water.
That's incredible.
But
we run out too fast.
Sometimes when the water starts to get cold, I'll sit in the tub for an hour, just wallowing in my filth, right? And then I will drain and refill.
God damn.
Do it again.
So you do take 2. That's 2 baths. I would call that 2 baths.
That was my nickname also, 2 baths. Well, then I'll snow globe it.
That's my rapper name. 2 baths.
2 baths. And then you snow globe.
Get all the little chunky bits.
God, that's so fun. Do you ever jerk off in the tub?
I have before, but I don't think
It's
a lot of
not
baths.
ideal. It's ass.
Okay, so and then also, so I haven't done it in a long time because for some reason my kids have a fascination with me taking a bath. Right?
Why?
It's hilarious to them. They used to call it daddy bath. It's been 4 years since I've taken a bath, probably. Honestly,
Just because of that, did they make you like self-conscious?
so they would like, and then like the bathroom door. So. In the master bedroom, it's just a stand-up shower. We don't have a bathtub in there, so I have to go. I know you know.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean, you did used to live with us.
Yeah.
So
I do actually know that.
So then in your old bathroom, the one that the kids have, it's the only bathtub in the house. So I would go in there and the door doesn't lock. So they would always they would start to open the door and I would just make sure that I have a bunch of bubbles covering me. I would be like, guys, get out, get the fuck out. And then they would go, daddy bath. And then it made me self-conscious and now I don't fucking take baths anymore.
So you got to lock the door.
Sure.
And you got to wait till the kids go to bed. There's nothing, or like.
I've done it while they're like gone.
Yeah, dog. There's nothing better than, or like my favorite bath is I get migraines, like the migraine bath, and you just put the hot washcloth over your eyes and you just soak.
Relaxing.
It is fucking relaxing. But then I'll be dicking off on my phone. My phone gets all wet.
Yeah.
You know,
have like a dry towel close by to.
I sure fucking do.
Yeah.
I have one right right outside of the tub so that way I can just reach over and dry my hand.
Let me ask, is there a world where so I can tell that you take your shower. Do you shower after you bath?
I don't. So I will typically still shower later in the day.
This is just a relaxing thing, not a
Oh yeah, the
thing.
bath is not. I don't want any soap. One, I don't want my bars of soap getting submerged. Right. And two, yeah, for me it's relaxation. I'm not doing it to get clean. So most of the time I feel like I'm already clean going into a bath.
I don't
Oh,
know, man. There's always a little bit of poo that never got off your butthole.
I don't wipe though. I only bidet.
Me too. Me
So
too.
you only bidet now? Well, when you're at
I
home.
mean, when I'm home, yeah. Oh, today I wasn't even prairie dogging it because it would have just been like a fucking Wendy's milkshake coming out. Oh yeah, it was bad. Oh, I had that Ghost energy drink, and
It gave you the
the Hershey's.
Did it?
Yeah, a little bit. It seems to be caffeine. When I consume, and I don't know if it's in my head or if like that level of caffeine and guarine and taurine and whatever it is hits me, it just pushes shit out. So I slam that and I'm busy at work and then I have to leave and I'm in the car like bouncing on it, like just pinching my cheeks together as tight as possible. And I sprint upstairs.
Nobody talk to me.
Shoes, I kick them off, and yeah. So, and then I made it, and then I got to blast it away. But I blasted the back of the bowl, and then even after I flushed, there's still like stains there.
Is it still there?
What's that called? Is that called something?
Well,
Just
because
fucking disgusting.
I think of shit stains. That's what's in your underpants.
Right.
After when you go to throw them in the like the dirty laundry pile. It's like
And you look and you go, oh, and you just
Or
try to
like-
kind of inside it, like make sure that nobody can see.
dude. Every time I get like fucking like eyeless laundry, it's like oh god. It's
I
nasty.
know.
Well, because then like I'm going to now like I wash the kids' laundry on the sanitary setting
Yeah.
because it's always covered in blood and shit. Like my shirts are always covered in jizz. I
Right.
I
You should
like
probably wash all the clothes that are in your house on sanitary.
I don't like though because my shirts shrink. So
Speaking of shirts, what you got?
spill the mead, baby.
Hey.
Shout out! Picked one up when we had Maddie on a couple weeks back. This is actually a really comfortable shirt. So speaking of merch, we're gonna get back into merch sooner rather than later. But
We got out of the merch game.
we got out of it because it was way too expensive. We were thinking about just having shirts made and doing it ourselves. Like I think that's kind
think
of
we can handle
the
it.
look.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I like a nice shirt. This shirt was actually also super like it was reasonable.
Oh, that's good.
You know what wasn't reasonable?
What's
I
not
bought the
reasonable?
August Burns red. What was the shirt? Metal is for the birds. And they
Okay.
like I don't know if they partnered. I think they partnered with like the I think of August Burns Red as like one of the like the official metal team of the Eagles, like they're
Okay. They
Pennsylvania.
can get away with that because they're from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And we're seeing them fucking soon.
We are. But the shirt was $48. The shirt was $35. Shipping was $13.22. And that's
Where are they
fucking
shipping
annoying.
it from?
Well, right. So I know firsthand shipping is about $4.50 on a package that small. It weighs less than what? It probably weighs 8 ounces, maybe.
T-shirts have a pretty standard weight.
So that's fucking disappointing. And that's why I like when I buy a shirt and shipping is like it's actual price. Jay's Beard Essentials is a really good example, and Tailored Beard Company, whenever you order, the shipping skews with the weight of the package. So I'll order a beard oil. It's like $2.29 to ship it, which is fucking awesome.
You just pay the cost of shipping.
That's it. And I do want to say anyone listening this is the last chance to get our Jay's Beard Essential collab set. Jay's closing doors, closing up shop. I think he said
What's the last day?
he didn't give a date, but this is the last like he's done this year, 2025. But the daddy, what is it? The Bearded Daddies, and it's a nice watermelon. It's got like I think a little bit of like blackberry, maybe a little vanilla in there. It smells really fucking good. We will be doing one more giveaway of this set at the Philly Hot Sauce Festival.
Ooh, which is coming up.
March, the end of March.
Yes.
We will in the next coming couple of weeks, we'll probably talk more about that, but we will be giving out our beard the
March
entire set.
29th.
March 29th, Philly Hot Sauce Fest, Neshaminy Creek Brewery. Yeah, our whole set. We'll be giving that away. We'll have some new stickers, and we'll be there interacting with more people. We were kind of getting our feet wet last year, but this year we will be more in it.
That was fun. I had fiery butthole.
Oh yeah. Well, and so
I tried so we were like, here, try this one.
And you're like, as you're just like bright red and just sweating.
I picture that scene from Airplane where he's like trying to land the plane and he's just got water like
It's just
faucet
gushing.
just pouring down
Or
from his whole
the
face.
Key and Peele when she's like asking him quiet, he's just like profusely just sweating. I'll tell you what though, so for those of you listening, I've stopped drinking, so I haven't had alcohol in almost 3 months now.
Congratulations, you're recovering.
Thank you.
Get your token?
That's much appreciated. No, I was also not an alcoholic. I just didn't. I don't want to be like, I didn't like the way it made me feel the next day, but I didn't like the way I felt the next day. Like I lost days because of it. But so that's going to be really challenging for me. However, that means that we have a DD now, and I will just crush fucking food. That's what there was
replace it with food.
Good food trucks there.
You fill your beer hole with food.
With food holes. Do you like when you go to a brewery and they have food trucks over, like them serving their own food?
Yeah, I do.
Would you prefer that?
Absolutely, because I don't trust a brewery necessarily to just make food. Do one thing good.
And it's hard because First State Brewery here, fire beer and fire food. But I feel like that's an anomaly. Like anywhere else, you get mid as fuck food, and typically the beer fucking suffers too. So yeah, give me that food truck. Give me the taco, Eric's Taco Shack.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if the taco shack sucks, you just call a different food truck to come next time.
And then you get to try new things because odds are that truck's not going to be there. Like I've never been somewhere. So shout out to the Philly Hot Sauce Fest. They had a local fry company, right? And weren't they like with local grown, I think Jersey. And then they had she did these cookies, but they were like stuffed with things. And like, that's the type of shit that you need. And both of those places were fucking popping. I mean, they were packed.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure that we do food the right way.
Yep,
next
food.
time.
And then we'll be doing some on-site interviews.
Yeah. Is Mike Jack coming back?
I don't think so.
My man was crushing. What's those hot peppers?
The Carolina Reaper.
Reaper peppers.
So we're sitting there filming it. And like, it made me want to vomit. And I'm pretty sure then he did throw up.
Probably.
But it looks like the same people are judging. I was talking to Chris, and he said so he's going to be a judge, so he'll be there again. So we'll get to see our boys. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and that was the first kind of event like that we've ever done.
Could you say the only event?
And the only event like that. Well, it wasn't that long ago.
I know. So what is it? Do they do 2 a year? By the way,
No.
say hi. Say hi to my fucking zit on my nose. This thing is fucking speaking to me.
Got to hit it with one of these,
Oh
and then
God,
when it squirts,
it's so fucking tender and sensitive. It's disgusting. It hurts so bad.
why is it when you pop a zit that's satisfying when you get that squirt, and then it hits?
Do you just do it? Do you actually do it with 2 fingers? I usually just like pinch it.
Depends where it is. So if it's like an eyebrow one, dude, those hurt so bad.
Pardon me. What? An
Like if
eyebrow
you get
one?
like one like here, and like those are fucking painful.
Yeah, this one.
Okay,
Hurts.
what about a nice zit on your lip or just herpes?
Herpes simplex, virus simplex.
There's always that option too.
You just say, "Oh no, I swear, it's just a pimple." Nah, baby, you need a Breva.
So most people have herpes.
Yeah,
HSV1.
Yes.
Right? I don't want to say
simplex virus 1. That's the mouth one.
That is the mouth one.
But you can get the general one on your mouth.
I've
can't
gone
you?
my whole life without getting it.
Oh no, because I think I got it.
I mean, statistically, one of us has it and I don't, so you do.
Statistic is it?
I don't think it's 50%. But
Well, so here's the thing. I think I have it. I swear to God, I've when I was in like college, broke out with one, and I've never had another breakout. Maybe it was just a pimple, but
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
weird because it's been so long. I mean, you would have had most people with herpes or fucking cold. So I hate when they refer to them as fever blisters. Stop trying to undersell what it is, dog. You got
the herp.
herpes,
You got the herp.
and it's okay. You know what? But I went to the urgent care center 2012. So what, 13 years ago, and I like twisted my like nuts, or like I said, not like all the way, but like I sat on them. So I went in, I was like, look, like I'm in a lot of pain. And the guy, he's like, drop your pants. When was the last time you had oozing sores? I was like, oozing sores? He was like, yeah, have you ever like noticed any sores down there? I was like, fuck no. And he was like, oh, okay. I thought you had fucking herpes simplex virus too.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I never once said that though. He's like, yeah, but like you'd be surprised how many people come in and
he
they
was
had,
pre-diagnosing you. He was just assuming.
and then it ended up being like I just like pulled like a muscle in my groin. It wasn't even like for my dick.
Doctors, they got to play the numbers game, right?
Statistics don't lie.
Right.
So I've gone in before for like other dick related like things, like I cut myself shaving.
Holy shit.
And
Did you have to go into the doctor?
yeah, and like I went in and it was a female. And so typically if it's the opposite sex when you're doing things like that, she'll say, okay, let me go get like a male nurse to come in and just stand with us. And this was especially true after in Delaware, that sick fuck doctor. Do you remember down in the like Lewis or Rehoboth had all those fucking sex tapes of those kids that he was fucking raping?
No, I don't remember that.
And so I think it was Earl Bradford, I think was his name. And he's in jail for like 900,000 years.
Oh, good.
But after that, like even when I go to my male doctor, he says, are you comfortable or do you want me to bring someone else in? But anyway, so she goes and gets a dude. And so she I pulled my pants down and she's like,
So does this dude have to have like a cuck fantasy or something? Like,
because he was just kind of,
do they have a little cuck chair in the doctor's office?
it's wild that like, or like if you go, so like my dermatologist, he has, his practice, his wife was doing her residency with him. So like he was already I think a PA.
Ah, so it's already a family affair.
Well, and so he was like, do you mind if my wife comes in? It's like, I mean, phrasing, you know, yeah. Do you mind if my wife comes in? And it's just weird because like when you get the full skin check, well, you kind of know, but not really. Like, so the full skin check, they check your whole body. Like they lift the nutsack up, they peek under there, and the wife just kind of, and like, but that type of thing doesn't make me uncomfortable.
Was she like have like a notebook and a pencil? Like
They
she
use
was watching like
they use an iPad and they take
okay.
pictures of so they'll take a picture of anything that looks, oh, this mole looks,
you know,
and then they compare
I imagine
it.
if I had to do that myself, I would just lay the iPad on the ground, like camera face up, and I would just squat over it, and that's how I get, because that's the toughest part to get, right? I'm just squatting over it.
Well, so and
How'd that mole get there?
and they compare and I have to go every 6 months because I had like an abnormal mole at one point. So you go just to make sure you don't get fucking skin cancer. But like they compare them, so it's like, well, I trust. So they'll say, hey, this one, it's increased in size, you know, a millimeter, but given the shape, it's fine. However, hear me out.
Go ahead.
What if it's not fine? Right? They're like, you know,
Yeah, how do they know? They probably know. They know because they play the numbers game.
sure, right.
There's been enough people where it wasn't fine, and then they said, now that growth is abnormal, and then they know.
I mean, think about though, you hear a lot. You know, it's a 20-year-old in California surfing all day, goes to the doctor with a mole, and it's like, yo, that's melanoma, and it's now in your entire fucking body. You know?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
There was a singer of this band that I used to listen to, Catherine, and he was 23, and I guess he just felt like shit one day, went to the doctor, and they were like, and then he died like a month
Stage
later.
4.
Yeah.
What's that? Curb Your Enthusiasm? You got to ask the person with stage 4 cancer, like,
Yes.
because they'll give you the truest, most honest opinion.
Do you remember the episode where, I can't remember who it was, gets lymphoma, and he was like, yeah, but is it the good one or the bad one? They're like, well, both of them are bad. He's like, yeah, but like, one is like in true Larry David fashion. Like one
Yeah.
is a little worse.
You know what I hate? I hate how much I can relate to him.
I know. Are we just bitter old men?
Kinda.
I don't want to even say like
I'm not bitter.
I'm not
And
bitter
I'm not that
either.
old, but I'm really realistic. And I think that we don't have a problem saying the things that people are thinking.
Fair. Yeah.
But
True.
are like nervous to say. You think so?
Yeah, I mean, there are certain things that like, I mean, we have a very dark sense of humor.
Sure.
So did I tell you about the brain tumor incident at work?
No.
So an individual we work with, I had a migraine this was like a week ago, bad migraine a couple days. And
You did mention this. Keep going though.
and she came in and she was like, hey, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I just had this fucking tumor has given me this headache. She said, and then she like left. Well, today she pulls me into her office and she was like, I was up in my bed at night. Like, did you tell me you had a tumor? I was like, I'm so sorry. I was making a
with the
dark
Arnold
joke.
It's not the tumor.
Could be a tumor. I was like, I was making a joke, and like 99% of the people that I know would understand.
And
I'm not
if you
saying
say
tumors
that
are like
lackadaisical.
yeah, like tumors aren't funny, and no, we're not saying they are. But
I
like,
mean, they're kind of. I mean, they're funny to like joke about.
yeah, right. Like, yes, that's terrifying. But I was like, I don't have one that I know about. But like, she was like, kind of like so like fucked up that I even said that, and that's not like a offensive thing to say. That's just like I made that joke how many times in my life? A lot.
Did I tell you the story about why I'll never ask a woman like, oh, how far along are you? Congratulations. Like, oh, good job. So my mom went to a doctor's office and she's sitting in the waiting room, write down your name or come check in. And then the doctor will call you back. She's sitting in there and there's this woman sitting next to her, very clearly, like she's like 8-9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Very clearly. And she goes, congratulations. When are you due? What's your due date? And the woman looks at her, sour as fuck. And she says, it's a tumor. And she just has her like arms crossed. I'll never ask a woman. I can go to a woman's baby shower and I won't assume anything. I just can't do it.
Not our place. Not our place.
No.
You and I both
I
know
didn't even know you were. I'll offer a beer.
like when the baby comes. What?
Oh my God. I can't believe that you were pregnant this whole time.
You and I know an individual who is the most bitter fucking cunt.
She really is.
And it's annoying because it's like, woe is me. I'm the only one who has ever been pregnant. But it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, how bitter can someone fucking be where like you have a problem with every little fucking thing?
Anything and everything is a problem.
No matter what, the world is out to get me. Everything's a negative, and woe is fucking me.
But you know what? I still won't block her on Facebook because somehow her misery makes me feel a little bit better.
It does, because you know what? and it's because you deserve it. Like, you are just a miserable fucking cunt.
I don't believe in a lot of stuff, but I do believe if you put all that negativity out there, you're gonna feel bad.
I think karma is real, and in a way, and at least I hope it is, just so that way she is again.
It's the shittiest setup.
Yes.
What about reincarnation?
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Well, what would she be reincarnated as?
What is it? You'd be an anal bead. Yeah, but whose anal bead? My anal bead. Fucking, or you come back as a fucking dragon.
What would be the coolest thing? What would be the coolest thing to be reincarnated as? I already know the answer.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Some Benoit balls. Is that the thing? That's it. That's all.
I was gonna say a golden retriever in an upper middle class family.
Sure.
You don't got to do shit. You get all the treats. Sorry, I didn't know if the dog was in here. You go nuts when I say treats. You get all the treats, all the snacks, all the table pick-ins, all the walks.
Told me today, hey, coming home or going to work, dead golden retriever just sprawled out on a highway with blood splattered everywhere. Like, apparently got fucked up. So that could be you, though. So
yeah, because they're not very bright.
But also, don't let your goddamn dog outside without a fucking leash on a highway.
I'll take my odds. I'll take my odds on that one.
That's
though.
fair.
Like,
and you only would have to. You'd only live what 10 years, probably. 10?
and then you get it, and then you get to roll it again. And I don't think you ever get reincarnated as anything bad once you're a golden retriever. Golden retrievers are fucking.
Yeah, what if you came
nice.
back as a fucking fly
Oh, that would suck. Well, their life cycle is like 7 days or something. So,
or something?
or what if you came back as Jeff Goldblum as a fly?
Okay, but however, the fly, not the OG fly, but the Jeff Goldblum fly, is fucking fantastic. That's one of my
such an amazing
favorite
movie.
movies. It is because practical effects, like just
Yeah, it's really good. Is his in black and white as well?
no, it's not. But
His is in color.
it's in color, but it's all like that. Dude, when his like, what is it? Like his like ear falls off, and he's like kind of starting to like get pulled apart, and then at the end, when it's just that like fucking giant fly pot like puddle.
Yeah.
Or when he spits that acid on that dude's hand, it just kind of fuck. You know what? Another good one. They Live.
They Live.
Isn't that what it's called? They Live.
Which one's that?
Where he puts on the fucking glasses.
Oh, yes.
I've come here to
I've
kick
come here
ass
to-
and chew bubble gum, and I'm
And I'm all out of bubble gum. Hell yeah.
That's
yeah.
They Live, right?
Yeah, because the aliens can
You can,
look like humans, but
And-
the glasses show the true state.
and it's like the aliens have kind of made it this like propaganda fucking, and so he puts these glasses on, and he's able to fucking see them all.
And he just starts, doesn't he go on a killing rampage and
Yeah,
starts to
so,
kill
like,
them all?
He's like,
Isn't there
look,
a
this
news
bitch looks
station or
normal.
something?
You put the glasses on, formaldehyde face. And they're all just like, fucking, and they're like, oh, he's on to us. And then, yeah, he goes on a fucking, I think he dies at the end, like killing them all. It's so good, man.
Yeah, that's one of those like
good movie.
that's one of those bad movies that's good.
Is it campy?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. What's the horror movie with the cabin and the chainsaw?
The Texas Chainsaw.
Bruce Campbell. Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Evil
Dude, when
Dead. Yeah.
the remake, when her hand is just kind of hanging, like her arm's just hanging there after she uses the fucking knife to just cut it off, and it just like drops.
Those movies are good. I
They
did not
are
watch
good.
the TV show though. I didn't watch that.
Me neither. No, I didn't. I watched maybe a couple episodes, but Bruce Campbell is in every fucking Sam Raimi fucking.
Sure. Yeah. Wasn't he in Spider-Man or no, Doctor
He was
Strange?
in the new Doctor Strange, and wasn't he like the pizza guy? And he made him just like fucking like slap his fucking
I think
face
so.
nonstop.
I think so.
I don't know, man. I like They Live. I love, but I'm not big into like older movies. Not that I just don't watch them enough. Like some people, like that's their shit, right? The nostalgic. For me, it's like, all right, if a movie's good, I'll watch it.
Sure.
I know you know, Star Wars came out how many years ago in the 70s, you know?
Yeah. 77.
But I like the James Bond movies.
Sure.
I mean, like those are fucking good.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not one of those things where like that's kind of how I
I went through a phase where I watched, I won't say all. I think I had them all. My uncle was a big movie guy.
Yeah.
And I think he had them all on VHS, and he was like, VHS is whack as fuck. And I think he upgraded to DVD. So he gave me all his VHSs. So I had them somewhere. I don't know.
all
where
the
they are
Bond
anymore.
movies.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
just,
most of
like-
them probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like though Daniel Craig was such
I
a
got
good
Casino Royale on VHS.
Stop.
Stop. No, I don't think that they did.
Casino Royale was fucking
When
fire.
Daniel Craig came out as the James Bond, I remember people being upset because he was blonde or something.
He was blonde, and it
blue-eyed.
was well. He was coming off of Pierce Brosnan, and I liked Pierce Brosnan as
Pierce
James
Brosnan was
Bond
good.
too.
He was very smooth.
He was,
right?
but I also loved Sean Connery. Like
Sean Connery the goat.
Sean Connery is the goat.
Yeah.
He was also the goat.
And then Daniel Craig.
And then Daniel Craig, for sure.
Yeah.
And Daniel Craig, but not every Daniel Craig Bond movie was good, right?
And not
So
every Sean Connery Bond movie was good either, for sure.
I think just Sean Connery had more, right?
Yeah. Oh, he had much more. Yeah. But he was also, when I think of James Bond, I do think of Sean Connery.
Well, what was the last No Time to Kill or whatever when James Bond died? Spoiler alert, he dies. It came out long enough, 5 years, I think.
Oh, wait. Was that the most recent one? Was that
Yeah.
the last one with Daniel Craig?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I think I did see that. Was that
he
the
gets
one?
injected with the nanobots.
Was that the one on the island? And
Yeah,
the island
yeah.
Gets, okay. Yes. I
Gets,
did see
like,
that.
evaporated.
So they still haven't replaced him.
They haven't, and now it's been a minute. Who was the front runner? Wasn't it?
I the only rumor that I ever heard was Idris Elba, but I don't think that they're bold enough to make a black man James
Nope,
Bond.
they won't, and he'd be great at it,
Yeah, I do like him.
but he won't. I heard Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't think he'll. I don't know, man.
Tough.
You have
gotta,
to get
you kind of had to have nobody. I don't want to know who this guy is.
right. I know Daniel
He doesn't have to
Craig
be
was
a nobody, but
and Daniel Craig was a somebody, but he wasn't like I feel like super. I mean, he was one Tomb Raider.
he wasn't a household name.
Yeah, right. But then he became one.
He sure did.
And
Wait, was he in Tomb Raider like the old?
the fucking Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider? Yeah,
I remember jerking my dick to that movie.
because Angelina
Angelina
Jolie.
Jolie is amazing.
What about the movie Wanted?
Oh, for sure.
I
You got to
love them.
curve the bullets. Is that one?
They fucking just throw them and they just like fucking whip around.
We should try that. To curve the bullet, go to the shooting range. Do you think they would? How fast would they kick us out if we were swinging the guns around like that?
So Eric and I went to the shooting range. For those of you listening, shooting ranges are if you've never been, they're very strict. The range officers are very like, this is how it's done. If you don't fucking know, I'll come over and tell you how it's done. I've never feel like they've been like aggressive with us, but it's like, this is how you're gonna like, you do it this way.
But also, we know we knew what we were
understand.
doing. Like our first time there was, I don't want to say super intimidating, but it's a little nerve wracking holding the gun and doing things if you're not familiar with it.
Because you walk through a room and then you kind of get undressed, you get your ears set up, your eye, and then you walk in and it's just like boom, boom. And even if you have like, it's some motherfuckers are shooting like what sounds like fucking cannons and shit. It's fucking, but also everyone in there is shooting something that could take your life in a split second, right?
Yep.
Well, we were there and Eric and I always go together, like we'll share a booth and just kind of take turns. But this little fucking girl next to us decided to turn her fucking body toward us with a fucking 6-shooter and just aim it right through it. And all that separates you is what, a piece of plexiglass?
Yeah.
You know,
it's not substantial.
And so she proceeds to aim a gun at us. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they got kicked out or what happened.
He gave him a stern talking to, I know.
He sure fucking did.
Yeah, and then I think she sat in the back like this for the rest of the time.
Don't fucking do that. I remember I was taking a class, like I was doing like a shooting class, and I like was like trying to like impress the dude. You know, he was like ex-military, and the gun. So the slide shoots, if you're not familiar with shooting, like when you're out of ammo, it like goes back. And I went to reload it and the slide like came up on my finger and I just started bleeding. So I was sitting there trying to like.
And were you just like, it's okay?
Yeah, I was like, I'm cool. You know, it's fine. And I think that was very like early on in my shooting career. But like, yeah, I definitely fucking did that. There's a range here in Delaware and it's all outside. And it's like $8 to shoot there. And it's one of the ones where
Newcastle.
yeah.
Okay.
And everyone shoots and then guns down. And then you walk out and you get your target and you walk it back. But there's always like the really old racist war vet. That's fucking, you know, they're like 89 and they're just fucking miserable and just because they're state employees. That range is a state.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you talking with the racist old guy is the guy that works there.
Yeah. It works there.
I think you meant that there's always just some racist old guy.
No, it's always
there shooting.
And then there's always someone there who like has a ton of fucking weapons. You know, they got like they got the shotgun, they got the rifles, they got multiple handguns.
They're shooting all their guns today. What's Friday? Valentine's Day. Don't you forget it. Everybody, 2 days to get your significant other some shit. And I also wanted to talk about this. You know where Shay's at tonight? She's at Galentine's Day.
So what is Galentine's Day?
Galentine's Day is, I think it was originally intended to be, come on, single girls. We don't have a Valentine. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a good time. Because Valentine's Day then is, I suppose, a little depressing if you don't have a partner, a significant other to kind of celebrate Valentine's Day with. So all the single women, they get together and they hang out. And in this instance, they're all doing boards of food, like a cheese board,
Charcuterie boards.
Charcuterie boards. Yes, charcuterie boards. Whatever it might
Yeah.
be. Shay went and she picked out a fried foods board. Like, so I think she went to fucking Luigi's, the little Italian place. She just got like the sampler times 3.
Wait, that's
Here's
awesome.
some mozzarella sticks. Here's some
Get the
onion rings.
chicken tenders.
And you know what? Okay, I'm in.
Fire.
But you know what? We don't have that. Guys
We-
don't have Galentine's Day.
We should have Browentine's Day.
That's not catchy enough. Browentine's Day, Galentine.
Anal Times Day. A bunch of dudes butt fucking each other.
Diggin' Times Day.
I'd like to be.
Or is it just called, hey guys, we're going to the strip club? Is it that?
the Double Dildo Show?
The Double Dildo Show at Show and Tell. Which, can I say, did I talk about this already when I went? Did I talk about it? I did talk about it. Okay.
But-
I'm still upset. I won't go back to Show and Tell. Shit. I forgot to mention Alexis Texas was in Philly last weekend. Again.
Always
yes.
She's
She
always
was-
Alexis Texas is always she's always here.
And like, I don't want, it's not creepy, but like she absolutely played a big role in my growing up. Like, I spent a lot of time with her videos.
Alexis Texas, we're looking at you.
And I should have gone. I think she was at Club Risque on like Friday and Saturday night.
I hate to be this person,
Mm-hmm.
but Valentine's Day is just a fucking marketing ploy, right?
It's a Hallmark. It's a Hallmark holiday, which is why I don't really celebrate it. But
I like it for a couple things. One, I'm guaranteed to get sushi.
I thought you were going to say get laid.
I mean, I feel like that goes without saying for Valentine's Day, you know, but the sushi, and they always do special sushi rolls. And
okay.
I
They
like
put-
to, I like
I don't want anything where they're putting love sauce on it. I just don't trust it.
and then you get candy, and I like the sweet tart hearts, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't like
Yeah.
chocolate. I got
Yeah.
Jenna some chocolate. I got the kids some stuff.
I don't know if Shay's still listening to our episodes. I haven't gotten her anything yet. What should I? What's the go-to? She doesn't really like flowers that much.
I just do. I did chocolate. I did chocolate and more chocolate.
I should probably get her something.
There's so much shit out there now. Like, it's almost like Christmas in terms of, like, you go to Walmart, for example, and there are aisles of just different candies, and it's like, yo, like, it used to just be you'd get the Russell Stover's heart and you fucking like it.
Those chocolates are ass though.
They are ass because they have like there's like 1 or 2 really good ones, and the rest,
And the rest
are,
are
like,
just mid.
This
Who
is
makes those? Like, why don't you just make a box with just those good ones?
the good ones, like the ones where you bite in, and it's like, oh, it's milk chocolate with like caramel in it, right? Like something
some salted caramel.
normal, but nope, you bite into it and it's fucking a ooey gooey cherry that's also like orange fucking coated for some reason. Like, nobody wants this. Who is keeping Russell Stovers in fucking business?
Valentine's Day. Guys
Valentine's Day.
that panic purchase those stupid fucking hearts of chocolates.
They ruin it for the rest of us.
Guys, stop fucking buying that shit. Please. It's not
We
worth
want-
it. No one likes it. She doesn't like it. Buy her something better.
We want normal fucking chocolates in our lives.
Just buy her a pack of Reese's.
Or Snickers. Snickers are cool.
Snickers are
Three
pretty good.
Musketeers
Three
are cool.
Musketeers, yes.
There's a lot of cool candies, but we keep buying. You know what we buy? We buy Russell Stover's hearts, and we buy those overpriced giant stuffed animals that get thrown in the fucking base. Here's this teddy bear for $40, you know, and it's like this big. And
I remember when I was, I don't know, 16 years old. I was probably working at Acme,
yeah, you were.
and I bought my girlfriend all I bought her. I bought her like, I was just shopping around, and I bought it sporadically, like sprinkled through time. I bought her like a pillow, and then I bought her like a squishy oblong pillow. And then I think I bought her a third pillow. And I look back after like 2 or 3 weeks of like just kind of buying things I thought that were thoughtful.
This is all pillows.
I look at it and I go, oh shit, I just got this bitch all pillows.
It's like fucking what is it? Pimp My Ride. I heard you like pillows, so I got you some pillows for your pillows.
Yeah, that's what it was like. And then I look back and I fucking cringe. I'm like, ugh. And I'm not a good gift giver. I suck at that. I'm not a thoughtful person. I wish I could be more thoughtful and purposeful. So I started making a list sometime, like of what I know that what people like. Like they mention it one time offhandedly. I'll go and I have to type it in my phone. I'll have to like add a note.
You know what? If I'm gonna get you a gift, I'm gonna get like Greg is getting Eric a gift. I'm going to get you some DLC code for some game you play. Like, I feel like that's our love language is just video games or I guess food, right? But like when it comes to like Jenna, she loves chocolate, and that's and like I don't do jewelry. Like I don't know, man. Gift giving is fucking hard.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'll just give up and I'll tell
There you
I
go.
mean, we share money, and so it's like,
What's yours is mine.
yeah, I go
Mine's
spend
negative.
our money on something to give her that she might,
Nah,
she's
just
like, nah,
get
that's
whatever
it.
you want.
And
Yeah.
I'll be mad. Yeah.
Yep.
There was a while where we were like, hey, what did I get you for Christmas?
Yeah, right. Because I don't fucking.
But you know what? Honestly, if I could end on one thing, it would be, fuck you, go Birds.
Go Birds! Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. You did it. You stopped us from the three-peat.